He draws a bullet in front of his eyes and fires an arrow into the girl's chest. He was rapidly urging this squad to leave, not attacking them. All weapons were trained toward the enemy, thinking it was his assault, so he kept shooting. Her squad stopped firing only when this lady realized the issue. As she had an armband, she did not anticipate the true threat. Her name is Riz. After receiving a distress signal from Team B, she spearheaded a rescue effort. That the car's license plate vanished in the middle of the road is weird. How did a 10-ton armored vehicle vanish without a license plate? They were facing a severe storm. They had little time to explore, so everyone jumped on the bike and sped away. The storm's speed was so terrifying that it engulfed them in an instant. Energy from the storm impacted the rocks on all sides, swiftly building a traffic gate in front. The spectacle shocked everyone. The next second, the automobile headed for the cliff, but the passengers survived. After the disorientation, they woke up in an unfamiliar desert. They found all Team B members missing and severely damaged here. For unknown reasons, they all burned to the ground. The oddest thing is that several shells were still on the ground, indicating a tremendous struggle before they died. They found no enemy bodies or traces. Riz saw trouble and led his troops out at once. The view ahead stunned them before they could drive far enough. That it's a dinosaur, right? A dinosaur was in a museum. The dinosaur wasn't as frightening as it initially appeared. Tony saw all the team's activities from the mountaintop. The area was dangerous, so he fired the arrow as a warning. All were late for sunset. An unknown creature appeared to be running toward them in the sand. Riz promptly ordered his squad to depart in the automobile after realizing the danger. Tui Dine Quang attempted to kill this unknown beast. Amazingly, this tremendous onslaught failed to kill the creature. Instead, just the team's automobile was blown up, and the monster showed its real visage. An enormous sand dinosaur appeared. A team member wanted to use a rocket launcher since the bullet didn't work. Unexpectedly, the dinosaur wouldn't let him try. All the drivers were shocked. Even though the squad was too late to leave the automobile, they died. Knowing he was going to murder him, he pulled the grenade safety. Intended like this dinosaur. Amazingly, the explosion did not harm it. Instead, it enraged the dinosaur. It attacked Riz in the rear while a cloud-shaped arrow hollowed out the dinosaur. With just 4 individuals remaining to rush inside the cave, Tony's remote support assisted the crew. But the dinosaur kept attacking. They kept hitting the cave door. A trumpet cracked when the cave entrance was unexpectedly rocky. The dinosaur left in the sand after realizing the charming lad had fled. At night, the threat was quiet again. Riz got stuck by a giant pole as many tried to flee. An arrow knocked her down. The giant was discovered in the darkness. Team members fired at Riz as it dropped. Unexpectedly, the sound of the pistol attracted many more people. In bewilderment, the rest left Riz firing and fleeing the cave. Their final struggle failed too. Riz woke up in a dank, dark place after the dream. Many individuals attended. Riz found all her teammates injured. She understood this was their nest. She grabbed the first aid kit quickly. She was unsure which way to escape as Riz was leaving. The cave entrance pushed her back. She tossed a bullet from the pouch at the monster while running. The bullet struck fast. Riz dodged and left the cave. Riz discovered something dreadful when her thinking was shaky. She panicked and undressed. Her hands shook. Luckily, she had no death sign. After hearing the sound, the dinosaurs pushed toward her. They worried that the sun would simply gaze at Riz from the door. Riz laughed out loud at this. She then opened the package with a knife and applied the medication to the wound. However, regular people could not bear the next route. Riz is a unique soldier. She rushed to the mountaintop after treating the wound. Looking down at the white sand, she decided to play with the monster hidden there. She tossed a rock hard. Next, the horned dinosaur was furious but found no victim, so it hid in the sand again. Without the horned dinosaur's hunt, Riz's squad would have remained undiscovered and uninhabited. Riz was thirsty. She just wanted a sip of water. She was surprised to see the creature's saliva as the water source. Riz ingested everything. She couldn't keep going up and finding wrecked ships. The wooden box could hold something intriguing, she thought. Another half of the box appeared unexpectedly. Riz was furious, but his anger did not resolve the issue with the
Digital lovers, bytes and bits, seeking solace, chasing blitz, in this realm where dreams collide, you and I, a perfect ride.
water. She searched the ship for it. Concealing oneself inside unexpectedly was perilous. Tony arrived and stabbed her neck. Riz was still a professional soldier, so Tony lost control quickly. The two started the master's fight immediately. Tony eventually took her because she was fatigued. Tony brought Riz home at night. Nan caverns were everywhere, yet both slept peacefully. Tony quietly watched the horned dinosaur every morning. However, Riz assaulted him upon his return. He tumbled into Nan's cave, poised for consumption. Riz rescued him in time. Anyway, there weren't enemies to stop the fight. Tony received chocolate from Riz. Who knew Tony became crazy as he ate more? But Riz only had this chocolate. Finally, Tony offered Riz a bag of water to relieve himself. Avoid the unknown, they advise, with the storm looming. Riz informed Tony she wanted to return to her world. First, eliminate the horned dinosaur, and then Tony may discover his tribe mate. Today, a shotgun on the automobile works well. Tony was uneasy with the idea of needing more Nan's venom. Riz also liked this method. The two said, "Go. Wait till nightfall." Riz sang again in dinosaur territory to immediately draw a chaser. Tony used a knife from above to rapidly grab the poison and flee, and make a deadly arrow once it fell into the trap. A crate of wood was thrown to entice the horned dinosaur to buy time to obtain a hefty weapon. He instantly pursued it after hearing it. The two ran to the car's side. Suddenly, it found the trap. It was beneath their feet before they could reach the conclusion in a blink. Tony lured it away to ensure the idea worked. This one was too rapid to interest Tony. Soaring up and then plummeting, Tony attempted to get up and shoot the arrow into its eyes as it approached. Pursued him too. He abruptly lost his capacity to act. Riz was missile shot ready to eliminate the monster at this crucial time. However, the hefty weapon did not injure it. Instead, it attacked all drivers. Tony roared and hopped on the monster's back, hitting its head hard. The beast fled in agony. Riz discharged his firearm in his hand at this crucial time. Leaning on the monster's pull, he hit its head. He simply saw her holding the megaphone with the monster's head. Suddenly, the feeble guy got a driver, and no longer did Riz and Tony meddle. Suddenly he saw a wonderful spot. We saw several live reptiles, but that puddle's water was dangerously concealed. She died just before going for a drink. Tony responded fast. He broke the monster in two while saving Riz with the loudspeaker. Tony didn't tell Riz about the riverside monster, but he used her as bait. Riz was furious at his blindness. Yes, he's a dog. They had a wonderful supper nevertheless. The lunch was great, especially with the nice wine served alongside it. This location wasn't safe. A chilling breeze woke Riz from a deep slumber. A roar reverberated across the trees. Thereafter, a fire broke out nearby. A reptile rushed away swiftly toward them. Imagine the consequences if it weighed tens of tons. Two could only chase them without realizing Riz had fallen. The heavens descended over a strong guy in the midst of his life. His shout ignited his weapon, killing the reptile. Riz successfully evaded a powerful blow. Tony also had a problem. He faced a cavernous abyss. Both roars sounded like death. When the tribal member who rescued him arrived was crucial. A raptor plummeted off the cliff after failing to respond. Riz learned from his leader that he was not the tribe's first outsider. Even the tower opposite is claimed to be old. It connects the worlds like a transmission gate. Riz also entered this realm. The leader guided the tribe to inspect the tower for safety. He was assaulted by a horned dragon after accidentally entering monstrous territory. Many tribe members were hurt, and Tony was expelled. Tony's reappearance means they'll keep studying the tower. However, Great God civilization technology has strongly protected animals. Those are raptors. Life is nearly unbeatable. The only drawback is that it only appears on fire. The following morning they headed to the tower. The cat kissed Riz. They arrived at the tower at night. The chief said that the tower's equipment was controlled by the raptor below. Storm control might open a communication gate between planets. The instability was great. The horned dragon reappeared, and the girl found it. Everyone separated to fight quickly. Who would have believed the horned dragon would attack the two tribal members? The chief noticed that and attacked instantly. However, the horned dragon's defense and ability to cause devastation were superior. Horned dragons were better. Riz hit it 80 times but couldn't crack the defense. Instead, the horned dragon blew her away and fired a fire that drove Riz to leap from the cliff. However, the transmission gate had just developed beneath the rock. Riz fled and came home. She woke up on the rescue team's jet after the kiss. But a serious catastrophe was coming. The horned dragon entered this planet via the transmission gate. When it chewed the plane's head, it lost control and fell swiftly. Then it killed ground troops. The squad suffered severe damage. The Air Force counterattacked, but raining bullets stopped it. The horned dragon was furious and cared for. The horned dragon also ripped apart the command aircraft. The body of the plane fell with the force of a cannonball. Only one human and one horned dragon remain on the battlefield. Riz has killed horned dragons before, so it's acceptable. She just saw her stabbing and discharging the unique explosive via her handhole. She shot the explosive directly into the horned dragon's mouth. Riz believed she had slain the horned dragon again as it collapsed. The horned dragon twisted it around and expanded its jaws wide as Riz threatened to engulf her. Riz was in danger as the horned dragon screamed again. Tony came to aid. He prevented this monster from destroying Riz's planet. He grabbed the horned dragon's vulnerable place, blasted it through the cloud, and dropped 3 bombs inside. After 2 attacks, the horned dragon grew chilly. The teleportation gate has returned. Thus, the conflict between humanity and monsters continues. Tony's realm contains 2 horned dragons who seek to avenge their comrade who perished. Riz kills the dragon again.